Hello, wonderful Windows 10 people. We're going to be installing the Microsoft Visual C++ compiler. That's the most natural choice on Windows. Unreal Engine will be using that compiler later on. So the first thing we need to do is check and see if you already have it. The way we do that is just go to the search box on Windows and type developer. And if you don't have the developer command prompt in that list, then you don't yet have it installed. And I'm going to show you right now how to do that. So either by searching the web for build tools for Visual Studio, or by using the link that I've given you against this video, I want you to come to this page on Microsoft's website, may look slightly different at the time, and download the build tools for Visual Studio. So this is a three-stage process to get this installed. The first one is a small download that's coming down now, which is going to be about 1.2 megabytes. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. So that's not going to take too long, and when it's finished, I'm going to run it. I'm not going to need the web browser after this once this actually runs. So it's going to go ahead and ask if I can make changes to my device. Sure, we need you to do that in order to install. And then the next thing that's going to happen is this installer is going to download a catalog file for itself. This is going to allow it to find out what all the latest goodies are available, and that's about 100 meg. So stage 1 is about 1 meg. Stage 2 we get to by confirming that we've read all of these agreements and privacy policies and everything, and is another 60 meg, maybe 50, maybe 100, depends on the time. Microsoft are bound to change things. It's going to then install this installer, and then we'll be on to stage 3. Now, stage 3's download is about 1 gigabyte, so I do warn you stage 3 is going to take a little bit longer, but I'll walk you through it step by step. So I'll be back when this is finished and is on the next step. Alright, so once the actual installer comes up, I want you to just look for Visual C++ Build Tools. Click that. When you do so, it'll install 3 mandatory components and 3 optional components, which is all fine. Just click install. Don't worry about the fact that it says it's 4.5 or 4.6-ish gig. It's actually going to be smaller. Let's see that. Once we click install and maybe refuse to take a survey, then you'll see that the actual download, if I can highlight it, it's awkward, is about 1.1 gigabytes, or as I said, about a gigabyte. Now that's going to take a little while, which is absolutely fine, and I'll be back when that's done, and you may want to go and research a little bit about compilers. You might want to overview the rest of the course at this stage. You might want to overview the rest of this video, because actually there's a bit you'll be able to follow along even before this is installed. Whatever you like, use the time productively, and I'll see you when this is all set up and installed. So once installed, you will get a message somewhere saying that installation has worked. You can then close this dialog, and now let's do the same thing again. Let's search on Windows for developer. Now you should have the developer command prompt for Visual Studio 2017. Awesome. Let's go ahead and open that up as a next stage. All right, this thing, by the way, is also known as MSVC, the Microsoft Visual C++ compiler. You may see that out on the street. So what I need you to do now then, wherever you are, whether you already had this installed or not, is simply type CL, which is a tool that controls the compiler, CL, like so, and see what you get. You'll get a Microsoft Optimizing Compiler version something here. What I'd like you to do is go and share whatever you get there. Copy that, share it in the community. You may as well practice code formatting while you're there. So go to the community site. I'll give you a link for this particular lecture and just say, hey, I'm on version this and I'm doing fine. Practice how to use code formatting. There's a crib sheet there on the forum for the syntax you need to use. And then I'll see you in a moment. Awesome, welcome back. So all that remains to do now is to give you a quick primer of the command prompt. I'm calling this the Command Prompt Survival Guide. So the first thing to tell you about a Windows command prompt like this is that it is not sensitive to case. So the letter, whether they're uppercase or lowercase, does not matter. But I still want you to be very aware of case. It's quite important moving forward with everything we do. The second thing to tell you is that this path here is the current working directory that we are in. And that's just to be aware of what's happening before the console. That's where we're working. Now, if we want to change to a different directory, then what we do is we type CD for change directory. And for example, / takes us to the beginning of our drive. So you see now that we are just here. I think you can also go CD / on Windows. That would also work, take you to the same place. Okay, and that's the root of the drive. Now, if you want to see what's here, you do dir, and that tells you all the things that are here. So at the root of your drive, you have this stuff, which would be the same if you were to go into your Windows Explorer and to your C drive, you'd have a very similar listing: perf logs, program files, users, windows, etc. You can see that matches what we have here in the console. Okay, but some things we have to do in the console. It's a really valuable skill for debugging and making things work later. So we've got cd to change directory. If I wanted to change directory into users, I could go cd users, cd with a space users, and that will work. And then I can do a dir for a directory again. And if I wanted to go into public, for example, I can go cd. Now, I can type the first couple of letters, pu, and then I can use the tab key, and provided it's unambiguous, there's only one subfolder beginning with pu, hitting the tab key will complete the word. So try that. Make sure that you're able to go cd / cd users, for instance. And remember, it's not case sensitive on Windows, but it'd be better if you paid attention to the upper or lower case. The other thing that I want you to try is the tab completion, just to get used to this stuff. And then the other thing I'd like you to try is cd space ... That takes you back one level. Really useful tip. So if I was at users public and I wanted to go up a level, I just go cd ... All right, awesome. I think we are done for this video. So congratulations, you now have an environment set up in which you will be able to compile C++. If your version number when you type CL differs considerably from what you're seeing on everybody else posting on the forum, then just watch this entire video, follow it through, and we'll all end up on the same page. All right, see you soon.